What's good, man? Just left the gym, man, and had a had an interesting workout, man. It went pretty well. We did back today, uh, but something I really wanted to hone in on, fellas, is just a story that happened with me and my dog, man. We was working out, and um, I train. I'm a coach to one of my best friends, so we just set a new workout plan for him, a new meal plan because he's trying to bulk, and one of the workouts was cable lat pullovers, and he never really did that exercise before, so it was new to him, right? It was something that he was uncomfortable with, I would say, and he was trying to do the exercise. He was a little unstable. His body placement wasn't right. He wasn't feeling it right. Uh, and being that I was there, we were doing a workout together. We realized that he was a little bit too tall for doing the lat pullovers on the cable machine, right? Kept trying for a little bit, but then eventually we were like, let's try the lat pullover machine. Like there's a machine for lat pullovers. And when we got to the lat pullover machine, he still wasn't feeling it. He was getting super frustrated. He was getting a little frustrated because he wasn't feeling it, or he felt like he wasn't doing it right. And what I seen, fellas, what I assessed wasn't really that he wasn't doing it right, fellas. Is being that he never did the exercise before like that, or he was always uncomfortable with it, so he just always didn't do it, right? He had a lot of friction. He had a lot of uncomfortableness about doing that movement. So when he was on the machine, I realized that it wasn't really the form, it was just the amount of reps that he had gotten, right? He'd only did like 10, 12, 20 reps, maybe one set, fellas. So he looked at me, he was like, I'm not feeling it. And I just looked at him, I said, just keep doing the reps. Just keep going. All right? Then eventually he tried to go to another machine. He tried it, he didn't like it. But when he went to the other machine, something clicked, right? I seen it, something clicked. And what happened was, fellas, is he started to get the mind muscle connection. He started to get more comfortable because he started doing more and more reps. With more repetitions, he started to get used to the feeling and what he was supposed to be feeling during that exercise. So he did the other machine, fellas, and something clicked. He said, I got it. So he walked over back to the other pullover machine, fellas. And he did it. He did his first set, and he took it to failure, right? He finally locked in, he finally focused on the set, and he got a good set out of it, right? It took 4, 5, 6 different sets of him just doing the reps, fellas, until he finally got it, right? Was he frustrated? Yes. Was it annoying? Yes, right? He was pretty pissed, right? I could see it. But I told him to keep going because I knew that it wasn't even the form, fellas. It was just that he didn't have enough practice with the exercise, right? It's just the reason he was uncomfortable is because it was something he never did. There was a lot of friction in that exercise, right? Now, we would have never figured that out, fellas, if I wouldn't have told him to keep going, or we wouldn't have found a different exercise to do, right, with the same movement pattern. But if I would have just told him, man, you know what, fuck it, you don't feel it, let's just do something else, he would have never got over that friction. He would have never got over that uncomfortableness, right? Now that exercise he's going to be able to do every single week and progress it because he got through the barrier of the uncomfortable unstableness of that exercise, right? He knows what he's supposed to be feeling. He knows how he's supposed to be moving, right? Now he can just get better on it and week by week. And it brings me to my point, fellas, that it's just like when you motherfuckers is just trying to lose weight. It's just like when you motherfuckers is trying to start a business. It's just like when you motherfuckers is trying to get the baddest chick, right? Or get a promotion at your job. Y'all want to lose 100 pounds in a week. Y'all want to make $30,000 a month when y'all only been in business for fucking 4 weeks, a month, right? And soon as shit get a little hard, soon as shit get a little difficult, right? You want to quit. You want to move on to the next exercise. You want to move on to the next business model. You want to move on to the next job, right? Because it got a little difficult. It got a little difficult, fellas. There was a lot of friction there, right? And it made you a little uncomfortable, right? Going from eating bullshit every day, eating Whataburger triple meats, right? Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, Chipotle, bunch of bullshit, right? To going home and making that chicken and rice, going home making that beef and potatoes, meal prepping that broccoli, right? Drinking that protein shake when you want to get a fucking milkshake from Five Guys. I used to do it, fellas. I used to order DoorDash every fucking night. I used to get a Uber Eats Raising Cane's Caniac combo with extra fucking extra tender, an extra side of fries, and 2 extra toasts, and eat all that in the middle of the day. And then at night I would fucking DoorDash some McDonald's, right, with a fucking McFlurry. Bunch of bullshit, right? And what I had to realize, fellas, is when I was doing that, I was 260 pounds, fat as fuck, belly hanging over my fucking dick. I was depressed. I remember walking up the stairs when I was in college, and I was out of breath at the age of 18, and I remember I realized this shit has to stop. If I'm out of breath at 18 years old walking up one flight of fucking stairs as a college student, by the time I'm 30, I won't be able to walk at all. I'll be fucking dead if I keep this up, right? And I had to make the fucking change. But it was hard. It was difficult. It was not easy. There was a lot of friction. There was a lot of nights where I wanted to order the DoorDash and I didn't, right? There's a lot of nights when I wanted to order the fucking milkshake and I didn't. There's a lot of nights when I wanted to text the chick and I had to go to the gym, right? That shit was uncomfortable. That shit wasn't fun. I didn't like doing this shit at first, right? It's 11:30 p.m. right now. I'm just leaving the gym. It's late as fuck. I would probably rapidly be sleeping. But I love this shit. I love this shit. So I'm going to stay out late. I'm going to do my workout and do my cardio. Fellas, I did 2 cardio sessions today and a workout. Why? Because I love this shit. I fell in love with the fucking process. I fell in love with the growth, right? But it all didn't start like that. It started off with a lot of friction. It started off uncomfortable. But I had to break through that fucking barrier. Just like when we was doing them pullovers and it started off a little uncomfortable. He didn't want to fucking do it no more. But he had to break through the barrier. He just had to keep doing the reps until he finally got it, right? And it was the same. It's the same thing with you niggas that's trying to do new business models, trying to lose 100 pounds, trying to make more money, right? Shit get a little fucking hard, and you niggas just want to give up. You niggas just want to quit, right? And a lot of times, fellas, the growth, getting better, losing that weight, making that money, right? Learning how to do that exercise the right way. Right before it gets easier, right before it clicks, it's at its hardest, right? It's at its most difficult, right? Fellas, little story, like I recently got a promotion at my job, right? A couple months ago. And I worked 4 long, hard years, fellas. I put in so much time, so much effort, right? So much energy into getting good, into learning all the shit I needed to learn and doing what the fuck I need to do. And I felt like I would get denied. Not denied, but I felt like I was always overlooked, even though I put in work. The motherfucker would always come and be like, you need to do this better, you need to do that better. And early, when I was a little younger, fellas, when they told me that shit, right? I didn't want to swallow that pill. I wanted to point the fucking finger. It was hard for me to hear, right? It was a tough situation. It was real difficult for me to swallow that and really own that, right? And fellas, before I got my promotion, it was at its hardest, right? It was at its most difficult, right? to the point to where I didn't really want to be there no more. To the point to where I felt like I had done all that I could do. That I had no more to give. Right? And I felt like that a lot of days, fellas. It got to a point where I was like, man, is this for me? Should I just give up? Should I just quit this motherfucking job? Right? But I just kept showing up. I just kept getting better. Even when I had them thoughts in my mind, like, man, fuck these people, man. They overlooking me. They don't give a shit about me. I just kept finding ways to try to get better. And I remember, fellas, I ended up saying, like, fuck it. I'm going to transfer to a new place, a new location. And right when I transferred to the new location, you know what happened? The motherfucker walk up to me, and I get offered a promotion. Right the day before I was going to transfer. The day before I was going to leave, fellas. I was set to leave and go to a new place. I got it, right? And you may think, oh, it was just because you was about to leave and they didn't want to lose you. That may be the case. But how I like to look at it is, it was hard and I was going to try to keep going just in a different environment. And being that instead of quitting, I just said, fuck it. I'm going to keep trying, right? I'm going to just change my environment. I got exactly what the fuck I wanted, right? I got exactly what the fuck I wanted. And a lot of you niggas is right near exactly where the fuck you want to be. And you just, this barrier is just so, it's that difficulty. It's that you don't want to wake up early. You don't want to let go of that bitch that don't like you. You don't want to put in the overtime at that fucking job because you tired, right? The shit that you really don't have no interest in doing. You don't want to lean into it. And what you niggas fail to realize, bro, is when you lean into that, it's when the fucking growth happens. When you lean into that, is when shit changes. Right? You motherfuckers think you work a little hard and gonna get to where you want to be. I want you to rewire your brain. I want you to understand that what you think is hard work to get to where the fuck you want to be, take that and times it by 10. That's when you're working hard enough to get to where the fuck you want to be. That's the amount of pain you got to go through to get to where you want to be. Times fucking 10. You niggas want to play the motherfucking game on beginner, when you niggas need to be trying to play the game on the hardest difficulty possible. Because when you play the game on the hardest difficulty possible, when you niggas is playing 2K and you playing rookie mode, right? You get to cross over everybody, you dunking on everybody, you hitting every fucking three. It's easy as fuck, that shit get boring. But when you turn the motherfucking settings to Hall of Fame, these niggas start making fadeaway jumpers. These niggas start doing turnaround fadeaway threes, hitting every bucket. You standing to the fucking TV trying to win the fucking game, and these niggas is sweating. You say this motherfucking computer cheating. That motherfucker just on the hardest difficulty possible. And it feels so much better when you win that motherfucking game of 2K when it's on Hall of Fame rather than when it's on rookie mode. Because you had to work so much harder. You had to put a lot of more effort and time. You had to make a lot more better decisions, right? But you went through the pain, and when the game was over, it felt so much better, so much sweeter. That 1 point win is so much sweeter than that blowout win, right? That extra 3 hours you woke up early is so much sweeter in the end when you're making the money you want to. That extra OT you worked at your job is so much sweeter when you finally get that paycheck off of it, right? But you niggas gotta put in the initial extra input. You niggas gotta put in the initial extra effort to get to where the fuck you want to be. You niggas is expecting certain outputs, but you're not putting certain inputs, right? And until you come to realize that the inputs that you're putting in now, it's not enough, and you got to do the shit times 10, and maybe, just maybe, you'll see a little progress, right? You'll move the needle a little bit. But the key is, fellas, you got to put in that kind of effort on a day-to-day basis. Not just one day, not just 1 week, not just 1 month. Brother, maybe not 1 year. Maybe 3, maybe 5. I was working at that fucking job for 4 fucking years. Working my ass off, right? Until I finally got a promotion. But I put in the fucking work. I acted how I needed to act, every single fucking day. No matter how I felt, no matter how hard it was, no matter how pissed I was, I always showed up. The key to growth, fellas, the key to losing 100 pounds, the key to making more money, the key to getting a promotion, the key to growth in anything in life is showing up every fucking day. Regardless of how you feel, regardless if it's getting hard, regardless if you're getting tired, regardless if you don't want to fuck with motherfuckers, don't want to talk to people today, right? The key to growth is just showing up and putting in that 100% times 10 effort, regardless of the situation and regardless of how you feel. And if you do that 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, eventually, fellas, it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. But you niggas can't just put in the work for a day, a week, a month, and maybe a year. You niggas just can't put in 50% effort when you know you should be putting 110 and expecting a different result. You can't just hit your macros 3 out of 7 days and expect to lose weight. Brother, you gotta hit it 7 out of 7. You gotta hit every macro to the fucking T. You gotta hit every fucking, you gotta count and track every fucking morsel that go in your body. Then just maybe you might lose 1.5 pounds next week. But a lot of you niggas don't want to put in that kind of input and expecting a different result. And brother, if you keep trying to put in half-ass effort and not getting where you want to be, it's okay. Just don't fucking complain about it. Just don't cry and ask, why? Why I'm not getting this? Why I'm not getting that? It's because you're not putting in the fucking work. It doesn't get me that you niggas not getting to who you want to be. What gets me is you niggas cry about not getting to who you want to be, knowing you acting like a bitch. You're not working hard enough. You're not putting in the fucking time. You're not gonna get it in a week. That's what blows me about you niggas. Is that you cry and bitch and complain and ask why when you didn't do everything you absolutely could do to try to change. You just did a little bit. And until you niggas change the inputs, it'll be the same every fucking day. You'll be the same nigga in 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. Nothing will ever fucking change. You'll be 80 on your fucking deathbed, still fat as fuck, never achieved anything with life. In the fucking dash between the day you were born and the day you were dead, you accomplished nothing. That doesn't sit right with that. Does that not sound horrible to you? Does that not make you sick to your stomach? What the fuck will you be remembered for? Have you made a fucking impact? Or was you a fucking nigga that got lit on the weekend, spent his life drinking, chasing hoes, beating his dick, never had the woman that he actually wanted, never made the money, not able to leave a legacy for his family, not be able to take care of his parents? And you in that motherfucking casket, lifeless. And your whole life you was lifeless. That shit don't sound depressing to you? Does that shit not bother you? Did that shit not make you sick to your stomach? Because it made me sick to my stomach. Being 260 pounds, fat as fuck, walking up the stairs at 18 out of breath made me sick to my stomach. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't take it no more. But you got to make that fucking decision. Is it that bad for you? Or are you just complacent? Or you just want to be average? Or you just want to chill, be normal? You just want to go to work, come home and kick up with that bitch until she leave you for a nigga that's actually on his motherfucking grind, and you asking why. Brother, the reason why is because you wasn't doing nothing to improve yourself. You got comfortable. And as soon as you get comfortable, that's when life get hard. A lot of niggas don't understand. When the shit too good to be true, when you comfortable and everything seems well, that's when shit start to happen. That's when you start to get challenged. That's when you start to have a little adversity. And how the fuck is you gonna respond to that damn adversity? That's life. That's the fucking key. And if you don't know how to fucking respond, you're cooked. But it's two types of niggas. Niggas that adapt and overcome, and niggas that roll up and crawl in the ball like a bitch. Brother, which one are you gonna be? You have to make that fucking decision for yourself, right? And once you make that fucking decision and you decide you want to be a nigga who improves his life and doesn't get comfortable, but doesn't get complacent and wants to overcome any fucking situation, right? Whether it's fitness, mindset, whatever, there's a link in the fucking description and you can join a motherfucking team of killers who's actually trying to get better. But brother, if you book that fucking call, be ready to fucking work. Cause if you a soft ass bitch and you want to be comfortable, this ain't the motherfucking place for you. Please don't waste your time nor mine. But if you are, book the motherfucking call and we'll see if you're a great fit. But that's the fucking video for today, fellas. Lock the fuck in, man. Get to the fucking gym, meal prep, right? Stop texting that bitch that don't like you and lock the fuck in. That's the video for today.